Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2023. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. I thought this issue had been pretty much relegated to the state level, but Republicans and Democrats are raising it again. It's abortion. I won't go through the whole tortuous history of abortion in this country, but suffice it to say, you remember this: the Supreme Court in June of last year, just 7 months ago, reversed Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade said the states could not prohibit abortion in the first trimester of pregnancy and may regulate abortion in the second and third trimesters and may also permit it up to the moment of birth. Well, the Supreme Court said Roe versus Wade is out. We're not going to tell the states what to do. Abortion is either a health issue or a criminal issue or both, or a health care issue. And whatever that is, it's reserved to the states. So the Dobbs opinion, that's the one that was leaked in May, 2 months before it came out, the Sam Alito draft, another story for another time. The Supreme Court claims it can't find the leaker. I've opined on that. I don't believe them, but whatever. That's the opinion, which says Roe versus Wade is wrong. It's up to the states. Okay, so leaving it up to the states caused some states to criminalize all abortions with some exceptions, like the life of the mother or incest or rape, and some states to permit abortions up to the moment of birth, or as in my home state, which sickens me, up to the moment after birth, New Jersey. New Jersey and California seem to be in a war with each other over who can pay for more abortions and who can fly women from other states to New Jersey. Okay, all right, that's the background. How does this come about today? Why am I mentioning this today? Okay, because Republicans who now control the House are contemplating offering legislation which would prohibit all abortion from the moment of conception, even though the Supreme Court has said it's not a federal issue. It's an issue up to the states. So when the Republicans say this, I don't believe them. The reason I don't believe them is they had many opportunities with a Republican in the White House, Reagan, Bush, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, Donald Trump. They had times there when they controlled the White House and both houses of Congress. All they had to do was offer legislation with one sentence: the baby in the womb, or if you prefer, the fetus in the womb, shall be, for all legal and constitutional purposes, a person. Well, that would have invalidated all abortions. Did they ever propose legislation like that? Yes. Was it ever even voted on? No, it wasn't. So Republicans will try and gain credit with the right to life folks, and I'm one, by now offering legislation that they know will never pass, because they'll never pass the Senate, which is controlled by the Democrats. Chuck Schumer probably won't even let it come to a vote. But they're offering it just so they can wave to the gallery back home, see what we tried to accomplish. It's baloney. They can't accomplish anything. And even when they had the power, when they controlled it, and if it did pass, Biden would veto it. Even when they had the power, even when they had the votes in the Congress and a Republican in the White House, they didn't vote on such legislation. Okay. In response to that, in response to Republicans offering to ban all abortions from the moment of conception forward, Vice President Kamala Harris gave a speech over the weekend in which she ripped them from pillar to post. It's not her most eloquent, but it is her most passionate. So take a listen. We've sandwiched the speeches. So it's the same speech, but we took one part of the speech and another part and ran them back to back. She addresses a very famous document in American history, and she misquotes it by leaving out, for the sake of this argument, the most important word. See if you can catch it.
America is a promise. America is a promise. It is a promise of freedom and liberty. Not for some, but for all. A promise we made in the Declaration of Independence, that we are each endowed with the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Republicans in Congress are now calling for a nationwide abortion ban. Some even from the moment of conception. The right of every woman in every state in this country to make decisions about her own body is on the line. And I've said it before and I will say it again. How dare they? How dare they?
All right, you've heard me make my argument. I believe that the baby in the womb is a person from conception, not for religious reasons, but for rationally based reasons. The baby has human parents and all the genomic material necessary to develop into a postnatal child. That's not the point of my argument. The point of my argument is, how dare she intentionally misquote the Declaration of Independence? In her copy of the Declaration of Independence, we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are liberty and the pursuit of happiness. What did she forget? Read your Thomas Jefferson. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. She was afraid to use the word life, I guess, for fear that people like me and people like most of you would jump on her because of the life of the baby in the womb. But it's really pitiful that the Vice President of the United States would either inadvertently or intentionally misquote a document she's taken an oath to preserve, protect, and defend. All men are created equal. Today it means all persons are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Get it right the next time, Madam Vice President. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.